Hello, good evening, and welcome to Brindisi, Italy. This is the Basketball Champions League. It's regular season Group H action between Happy Casa Brindisi and Hereda Pablo Burgos. Well, both of these teams have already clinched their spots in the next round of the Basketball Champions League. They are assured of finishing in the top two. The big question is, where will they finish? Will they finish first or second? It's been a good campaign for both of these teams as they attempt to move on and keep their eyes on the prize. Remember, Burgos won the title last season, so they'd like to make it 2 in a row. Also in Group H this week and playing at the same time as this game, Filo Ostend and Darüşşafaka. So Brindisi and Burgos warming up or getting some ointment put on the body as they get ready for the game. And again, you know, when you look at the standings, you can see the clear difference between these two teams and the others. Both of these teams 4-1, and Darüşşafaka and Filo Ostend 1-4. But don't be fooled by that. Darüşşafaka and Filo Ostend both had some games where they were very, very close to winning. So this game basically boils down to who clinches first place, and of course that will impact the postseason as the teams try to keep advancing in the competition. So for Hereda Pablo Burgos, Karim Queely from Great Britain, Dan Kravic, outstanding. Maxime Salas from Belarus, Vitor Benite of Brazil, Alex Barrera, Angel Infante Gutierrez, Miguel Salvo, Thad McFadden, Hasiel Rivero, Jordan Sacco, Omar Cook, and Javi Rabaseda, the Spain international playing for Joan Peñarroya. Rabaseda in the national team of Spain that won the FIBA Basketball World Cup back in 2019. Outstanding, just kind of speaks to how good these teams are. And Peñarroya already with one title, grinning like a Cheshire cat over there before the game. For Happy Casa Brindisi, Felipe Mota, Usman Krubali, Alessandro Zanelli, D'Angelo Harrison, Ricardo Visconti, Rafael Gaspardo, Darius Thompson, Ricardo Catapan, and all the way down. This is a good basketball team and a team that could go all the way. Don't think for a minute that Happy Casa Brindisi are not in the running for all the honors. They have a good, deep, talented team, and I expect to see a real throwdown tonight. The referees for tonight's game lining up, getting ready for the action. We'll introduce them, and we'll also tell you about the starting fives for this game. Of course, these two teams met earlier this season already. And that game was in Burgos in Spain. And it was won convincingly by Hereda Pablo Burgos, so 93-71. But goal differential will not figure into this one since both teams have the same record coming into this contest. So unfortunately no fans will be allowed, as is the case right now around the world at sporting events. And again, the coach is going to shake hands or fist bumps before proceedings get underway here tonight in Italy. No fans because of the COVID-19 issue, the coronavirus pandemic. And to be honest, I mean, we're just great. It's great that we're having this competition and that the players are able to participate. The coaches are able to coach. The fans are able to watch, not in person, but no doubt on TV or online, or they're able to listen to the radio. And good times are just around the corner. We're hopeful that normalcy will return as soon as possible. But again, as we look at these two teams warming up, we'll catch a view of the 3 referees for tonight's game. And we've got a couple of good ones tonight. Igor Mitrovsky from North Macedonia, Alexei Davidov from Russia, and Karsten Straube from Germany. And again, we'll get a look at them. We're in the Palazzetto dello Sport, the Elio Pintasuglia in Italy, and just a wonderful part of the world. And again, we're all looking forward to the moment when life starts to resemble the way that it used to before the coronavirus pandemic, which was disruptive and obviously deadly. And for that reason, you have to take it very seriously, and which is why you have no fans here. But these players, again, are determined to come out and make something of this season, not just for themselves, but for the clubs. They want to get to the promised land, which would be the Final 8, and hopefully a march to the title. Of course, Burgos were terrific last year, and they went all the way to the title. I'm not sure how many people expected them to win in Athens over Ike, but they sure enough did in the title game after winning their quarterfinal, semifinal. Here are the referees: Mitrovsky, Davidov, and Straub, that I was telling you about, from Northern Macedonia, Russia, and Germany. And we'll also get a look at the starting 5s for these two teams. For Burgos, Hereda, San Pablo Burgos, it'll be Kravic, Salas, Alex Barrera, Omar Cook, and Javier Rabaseda. So what can we say about them? Well, Kravic is just terrific on both ends of the floor, isn't he? Salas joined midseason from Belarus. Omar Cook, you might remember, one of the real stars of the Final 8, of course, established player in Europe, played his college basketball at St. John's in America. He was crucial in the final win for Joan Penarroyo's team, hitting 5 3-pointers in that game. For Brindisi, Harrison, Ricardo Visconti, Darius Thompson, Nick Perkins, and Derek Willis in the starting 5. And anybody that knows Harrison will know that he is quite the competitor. Thompson as well, perhaps flying under the radar, very capable player on both ends of the floor, but especially when he's got the ball in his hands. Willis, you might remember him from his days at Kentucky. And Vitucci over there in front of Willis, getting his team charged up here right before they run onto the floor to play this last regular season game in the Basketball Champions League. Well, Brindisi having a strong season as well in Italy's Lega A. 10 wins in their 14 games, has them in 3rd place behind Milano and another Basketball Champions League team, Banco di Sardinia, Dinamo Sassari. And for Burgos, well, this is a team that has also moved from strength to strength when you look back and see what they've been able to do. I mean, they are right now in 5th place behind Real Madrid, Barcelona, Iberostar Tenerife, another BCL team, and TD Systems, Baskonia. Well, the game's about to start. You might want to get dressed. Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to Brindisi, Italy. This is the Basketball Champions League, and the clash between Hereda San Pablo Burgos and happy Casa Brindisi. And it's Burgos winning the opening tip and hitting a three-pointer right at the beginning of the game to start things off. So Hereda gets off to a flyer. That was Cook's assist. Harrison drives in and has the foul called. I mean, really, there's no telling how crucial it is to finish first. I mean, you know, depending on who you're going to end up facing, how this whole thing unfolds, it's something from a pride standpoint that you certainly want to finish first. But the main objective is to progress, which these two teams have already done. And I would suspect that this Burgos team is desperate to come out tonight to put in a strong performance. Second free throw is good. Hands up and forcing the turnover. Thompson on the deck. Back to Willis. And the pass gets away, a bit sloppy. Hereda comes up with it. And Omar Cook. What's cooking with Omar tonight? Well, is that going to be a turnover? No, it's tied up. I mean, the level that Omar Cook has played at in Europe for really such a long time, more than 15 years, has been quite remarkable. And the fact that he, in my opinion, was the guy that really, in that critical game, the final of the Basketball Champions League against Ike in Athens, was the man that really turned things around. Just getting hot at the right time and hitting some three-pointers. Thompson misses, and the rebound for Burgos. Cook throughout his career has been able to hit three-pointers, but really he's better known as the floor general, the assist man. Hereda puts up another three. Willis brings it forward. Hands it off, and Harrison falls down. Willis gets it back, puts it up and in. Cook with a bounce pass to Salas, just inside the free throw line. Well, anybody that watched him play for Belarus in the World Cup qualifiers before the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2019 would have known he was an amazing talent. Burgos glad to have him. Three-point shot is good. It's Conte. Give the assist to Harrison. But Salas, it was a natural move for him because he had played in Spain before. Here he is again, putting up the three, and it's good. Very soft-spoken, humble, and determined player. And I think the fact that Burgos have brought him to Spain, back to Spain anyway, bodes well for his career. Thompson has it. And the long three-point attempt by Nick Perkins. Just glances off the rim. Cook drives in and gets blocked from behind. Good defense by Thompson right at the end on the native New Yorker. Well, leaning into one and perhaps forcing it up. Hereda puts up an air ball. Entry pass, Willis with a little bit of venom. Entry pass to Salas goes in, and this time can't get it to drop. Thompson drifts in, has it knocked away. Hereda looks up the floor. Rabaceda's had a quiet start, gets into the paint, but a foul has been called. 4.5 minutes into this contest. And boy, they make a big mistake on the inbounds pass as Cook catches and goes up for an easy one. Three-point shot, Visconti. And flying in was for the rebound was Hereda. Hands it off to Cook. Now Rabaseda puts it up and drains it. The world champion takes it up to a 4-point lead for Burgos. Perkins goes in and throws it down with the left hand. Wouldn't say it's the most intense defense as Burgos with Kravic, the Serbian international, throwing it down to take it back up to a 4-point lead. I mean, just one foul on each of these teams so far. You would expect that to change as the game goes on. Right now, it's a game of offense. Perkins, okay, he's fouled by Salas. And Salas committed the foul. That was Kravic. Jordan Sacco has come into the game. What a nice addition he's been to this team. I mean, he was important at the Final 8. He had a great year last year with Manresa. And being challenged at the rim was Perkins. And Rabaseda thought he had all ball, but Perkins gets a couple of free throws. Have another look. Well, get your feet wet, as they say, although I guess for a big fella, that's going to happen more times than not. He's going to live around the paint, and good things happen. Nick Perkins gets the first one to drop. And the second, the 24-year-old. Hails from Michigan. Played at Buffalo, in fact. McFadden in the game, misses. Good rebound, Sacco. Back outside to McFadden, the MVP of the Final 8. And driving in, and Rabaseda can't get it to drop. Now Thompson up the floor to Willis, who catches it before it goes out of bounds. Now Perkins pulls his way down low, and a foul called on Rabaseda, or Sacco. Might have been on Sacco. So Rabaseda takes a seat. And Perkins with a chance to tie the contest. Having made a couple, he misses the first. Takes his time and makes the second. Foul of Visconti. You know, Perkins, interesting. I mean, his early part of his journey in the professional ranks began actually in Japan with Niigata Albirex, and then he left Japan and moved to Italy. Vitor Benite in the game, number 8, gets it over to Barrera, and the ball glances off the rim, goes out of bounds. Harrison over to Willis. He doesn't miss many, folks. I mean, he is a great three-point shooter. He was back in the day with the Wildcats, Kentucky, and here he is now. Burgos miss at this end, averaging 10.7 points per game, Willis. In fact, only shooting 37.5% from three-point range, but he's going to get his share of attempts, and it looks good taking it. The bump and the foul. I think historically, when you talk about the three-point shot, I know Dean Smith used to say, hey, you make 1 of 3, that's acceptable. And if you're shooting 37.5% from three-point range, well, that's better than 1 for 3. That's 1 for 2.7. Although in Europe, obviously, you got a lot of great shooters. And if you're going to sit out there and take those three-point shots, perhaps that percentage these days needs to be a little bit higher. Alcio Rivero has checked into the game from the Cuban. Wears number 14 for Burgos. In fact, Willis did not play in the first game against Burgos. So Harrison's free throws make it a 19-15 lead. Benite, cross court, back to McFadden. Oh, nice passing, and they end up with a three-point shot. It's good. Maxime Salash is, well, I guess it's fair to say he started like a house on fire. He has got 8 points. Rivera gets down on the ground. Now McFadden. Getting into the lane, and foul called on Miguel Salvo, another player. who was crucial for Burgos at the final 8. Keep an eye here. Number 7. Excuse me, number 11. So they were saying they argued they got a technical foul for that as well. So they called a foul on Miguel Salvo. And in the technical foul, okay, excuse me. Said he came over the back of Harrison, which you can understand why he would have been a little bit surprised they called that foul, and the coach. So I'm not sure what he said, but it earned him a technical foul. So that means he actually has 2 fouls. And he's only played 1 minute and 9 seconds. Also in the game now, James Bell, number 31. Quick pass. And Derek Willis, I told you, in my opinion, he's a great three-point shooter. I mean, he has drilled a couple tonight. He already has 10 points. But Brindisi up by 5 points. Salvo. Oh, nice change of direction. And Harrison, or Bell, commits the foul. So 2 free throws coming for Salvo. Looked like pretty good hands, to be honest, from Harrison. Okay, so the foul was actually called on James Bell. And the first free throw is good. So back to a 3-point game. Salvo's 2 free throws. Harrison has it, guarded by Benite. Interesting assignment for Benite. A drive no good. And Haciel Rivero hands it off now to McFadden. Remember McFadden, when he burst onto the scene with Pauk in the Basketball Champions League a few years back, was actually a player of the week. Okay, so now they don't even get the shot off at the end. So McFadden, I would suggest perhaps deserves a little bit of blame for that right at the end. He's got to know how much time is on the clock. Brindisi leading at 23-20 at the end. So both teams shooting it pretty well from long range, as you can see, and in fact, almost better than inside the arc. Hereda started things off hitting the jump shot. 3-point range. And so far, that's his only make. He's 1 of 5. He missed his next 4 shots. Willis, meanwhile, has been tough and has been pouring in the points. He's got a game high 10 points. Although Maxime Salas, the mid-season acquisition from Belarus, also has 8 points for Hereda San Pablo Burgos, who I mentioned are 5th in Spain. It's really interesting, you know, when you look at the Berestar Tenerife, you look at Zaragoza. You look at, I guess, other teams, Fuenlabrada. I mean, you look at Tenerife, and they are probably the team that since the outset of the Basketball Champions League have really, been almost an iconic club, really, for this competition. I mean, they won year one, and they always get to the playoffs. And it seems to have helped them in Spain. And for Burgos, well, it looks like it might be the same thing. They've won the Basketball Champions League, and they keep moving from strength to strength in Spain. So Salva earns another trip to the free throw line. Well, I can't emphasize enough how crucial this guy was at the final 8. I mean, he was outstanding, and he was really an X factor, is what it boils down to. How things panned out in the end. He's got 4 points tonight, but he was about as good as anybody on the court against Ike. Down low, Perkins goes up and unsuccessful. Excuse me, that was Usman Kurbali. And now foul has been called. So Zanelli gets tied up. McFadden dumps it down low, and the basket is good from Mr. Jordan Sacco. Another attempt from three-point range, and it's good. Willis. Well, that's 3 threes. He's got 13 points. He made the shot. Free throws coming. Of course, it all started. In fact, is the foul? No. Guessing the foul was, no, it was off the ball, excuse me. So anyway, he gets the basket. So it's 26-24. Look at him, he is off to a flyer tonight. 13 points for Derek Willis. Sacco hands it off to McFadden for 3. And nobody boxed out Sacco as he got inside. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. Sacco hails from the Democratic Republic of Congo, just 23 years of age. In other words, just scratching the surface of his potential. So they called that foul on Harrison. Didn't like it. And the drive, and McFadden not able to knock it down. It does seem like both coaches kind of managing this game a little bit differently, each having already clinched a spot. Nevertheless, Bell misses from long range. Now Benite has it. Rivero. And I say managing it differently, managing in terms of like who plays when. And Rivero turns it over. Good defense by Gaspardo. Bell to Visconti. Three-point shot, and Gaspardo misses. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Burgos basketball. Yeah, they could have gone either way there. Anyway. Benite misses. Good box out down low by Willis, who now hustles down the floor, goes to the left corner. Now he's on the wing. Bell penetrates. Nobody picks him up. Nobody there for the follow. What am I talking about? Willis not even in the game. Gaspardo was in the left corner, and the ball goes out of bounds. So Burgos get this basket by McFadden. And Harrison takes a seat. And he strokes it, the Flint, Michigan native. Burgos seems to be a perfect fit for him. You know, he played also at Iberostar Tenerife, and it didn't work there under Chus Hereda. But he has fit right in here. So Angel Infante Gutierrez has checked into the game for McFadden at number 10. He's 22 years of age. Good experience for him. Here he is getting the basketball. He's got to watch it. Benite catches it, leans into it, and a foul called on Brindisi, on Thompson. Well, Benite certainly does a great job of, first of all, getting the contact and then selling it. Not sure Thompson could have done anything else in that situation. Now Perkins comes back into the game. So the Brazil international, Benite at the line, the captain of Burgos, and makes the first one. He also made it to the Final Four back in the day when he was playing for Murcia, you might remember. Had a very good team. Played in the 3rd edition of the Basketball Champions League, making it to Athens. Almost upset Ike, in fact, on opening night. Three-point shot is good. So Visconti stands up to be counted, ties it up at 29. Excuse me, Zanelli for 3. And Benite whips the pass over to the wing, and it's good for Burgos to go back in front. Salvo. Seven points for Miguel Salvo. Bell launches and gets it right back. Both teams trading three-pointers. Salvo had 12 points in the victory over Ike in the final late. Now the dump down low to Jaciel Rivero, and a foul has been called. Rivero makes 1 of 2. And Hereda comes back into the game. And Benitez goes out. You know, back to Miguel Salvo. I mean, he was averaging 3.5 points per game during the regular season. And really, you know, against Jerusalem and Dijon didn't even score a point. So for him to come out and get the 12 points in the final, and he really did come out and play well in all aspects of the game, not just with his scoring. It was definitely an X factor. And it just goes to show you how he's a player that you have to keep an eye on. Here's Zanelli getting the foul called on Infante. Salas comes back into the game. Zanelli goes. Oh, has it. Yep, turns it over. Got a bit dribble happy. Hereda for 3. It's good. His second 3 of the game. Excuse me, that was Infante. So the young man, the 22-year-old, gets his first 3-pointer. And I'm just double checking. This is his first 3 points of the season, in fact. So big moment for Infante. He'll remember that. Salas to Rivero. Rivero goes to work and call for the travel. Thompson considers his options. An offensive foul. Cordell Perkins trying to establish position, battling away with Rivero. It's a bit ticky-tack, but anyway. 3:20 remaining, we've got timeout. Well, what to make of the early going here? It's, again, this is a battle for first place, but each of these teams has already clinched a spot in the next round. For Burgos, their next game is going to be at Manresa. It'll be on Sunday. Happy Casa Brindisi will be at home against Uno Hotels Reggio Emilia. That'll be the game played on February 1st. So you don't know if these the coaches are going into this game with one eye on what's going to happen in their domestic campaigns. But again, both teams in the thick of it, and will be playing in their respective cup competitions. Burgos will be playing in the Copa del Rey. All right. We already had a technical called. And it looks like Peñarroya has just been hit with a technical as well. I know he's been called for another timeout because he didn't, I think, come out of the break fast enough. So they've hit him with another timeout. Well, interesting decision. Pretty sure he's not going to be too happy about that. Peñarol not too enamored with that, and well, it seems a bit harsh. But rules are rules, and I guess you have to apply them, and you'd rather have a call like that in a game like this where a playoff spot is not at stake than in another situation. But yeah, I can understand Peñarol's frustration with that one. So charged with 2 timeouts on that stoppage of play. Now Brindisi get it, and the ball goes down, and quickly coming out. I mean, at the end of the day, as a referee, you know what the rules are, and you know there might be, and I'm not speaking for the referees, but there might be some gray areas. But if it's in the rule book, you've got to come out after the timeout by a certain time, and if you're not making any attempt to do so, the referee is within his right to charge you with another timeout, I assume. Which leads me to another point on the Basketball Champions League. Hopefully, tough calls. Game Day 12 will take that one on board. You never know what's going to be on tough calls. They kind of keep those decisions close to themselves. But you go to the Champions League.basketball website, and you get great information, great columns, great news, whatever, great interviews. Always go there to hear the Coast to Coast podcast, which is always so good, with David Hine and Igor Turkovic this season. And you also find the tough calls. Was that the right call? Well, I'm just going to appeal for those listening that you actually give us an indication as to what happened on that one. Anyway, 37-32, Burgos on top of Brindisi with just under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. And Infante, his pass gets away. Rivero, I'm not sure he was ready for that one. Bell gets it into the paint, and he's going to get a chance for a three-point play. He just absolutely, Perkins, just absolutely abused the Burgos defense. Yesterday we had Vef Riga and Igrikea booking their spots to the playoffs. Igrikea got in despite falling to Turk Telecom in Ankara 94-86. They got in because Limoges did them a favor by beating Hapoel Jerusalem 88-83. Had Hapoel Jerusalem won that game, they would have qualified for the playoffs, but might have been a distinct lack of intensity in that game for Jerusalem, from what I heard. Anyway, pass down low. Salas goes up, misses, and the follow is there from Rabaseda. Now the basketball turned over, and Burgos running and getting the easiest of layups from Jordan Sacco. Thompson has it knocked out of his hands, and the ball goes back over to Burgos. Infante gets it over to Rabaseda. Passes it back outside to Salas. Now Infante gets it to the left corner, gets it back. Shot clock winding down. Infante again, and this time comes up short. That triggers a break now. And it looked like a little bit of contact there. Harrison, everybody's holding their breath that he hasn't done something seriously to his left knee. Watch this. Looks like he stepped awkwardly. That might be the rest that we see of him tonight. I would be surprised if he comes back into the game. Harrison, I mean, what an outstanding player he has been in the Basketball Champions League, and nobody wants, obviously, anybody to get injured. And it just looks like it might have been a freak accident for Harris. They immediately come out and get some ice. Tucci looking on nervously. He also played with St. John's. He kind of limps out of the game. And then he goes immediately down. He knows they want to restart things, but it's, you know, he is a huge talent, Harrison. Here he is again. He gets it into the paint. And he did go down, and anytime a player stays down in a little bit of pain, holding his knee, and they bring out some ice, that is a definite warning call. But Harrison averaged 22.2 points, 4.4 assists, 4.8 rebounds per game in the Basketball Champions League this season, coming into this one, and he is indispensable. What a great talent he is. Kareem Queeley of Great Britain checks into the game now. It's so hard to get the image of Harrison. They're looking right now.
We need to check what was the point of
Hi. We need to check when was the foul and how much time there was left on the time clock. Can we see the foul and the time clock? We need this angle. Okay, this is super. Is the foul you called?
No, before. It was before. Come back. We need to see before. We need to see the point of contact.
Go back a little bit. Go back. Go back a little bit. Before.
Early.
A little bit early. Just
Here, left arm of number 0. Now forward.
all right. Okay. Wait. Now let it go. Put it here.
0.9.
0.9. 0.8. 0.8. Thank you.
We have baseline.
0.8. 0.8 baseline. Okay.
Baseline.
0.8. Okay.
Okay, so they were just reviewing to see how much time was on the clock when that occurred. So just enough time to catch and shoot. We're going to throw it up near the rim. Infante comes out of the game. But anyway, it's Brindisi ball, so they're going to try to throw it up the floor and catch and shoot. And, oh, that's a mistake. So now there'll be time for Burgos. Quealy with that led with the elbow. That was the call with the foul. But interestingly, they've got it back. They do get the shot off. And the hand in the face of Rabaseda prevents him from scoring. So the worrying news for Happy Casa Brindisi is that perhaps their best player now Well, here's a look back at some of the highlights, folks, and really, as you look at Maxime Salas, you can understand why Burgos were more than happy to make a move for him and to bring him into the fold here mid-season. He's got good size. He's got a nice stroke from three-point range. Obviously, plays inside as well, but certainly is a threat from long range, and he had a good first half. For Willis, well, terrific player that we've spoken about before. one of a relatively small number of Native Americans, in fact, who've played NCAA Division I basketball. Went to Kentucky. His mother's a member of 3 different Native American tribes. You know, showing why he caught the attention of John Calipari at Kentucky, his 3-point shooting. And now trying to chart his way as a professional, 25 years of age.
Now the push. Stevens goes up high. The finish is good. Beautiful feed.
Jones alley-oop, and this time they're successful with Makundu.
He had the ball, then a nice little pass from Sasko, and the finish is good from Bodovsky.
Long pass over the Ruban. Oh, he gets rejected at the line by Simmons, right at the rim. Not in your house.
Bounce is clear, and Stevens with the rebound, the push. His versatility here behind the back. Stevens all the way. What a play. Incredible from Dishon Stevens.
Certainly that looks like it's his approach. He just loves being out there. And nice drive down low, and as DeZeu goes to 10 points.
Kirksell now looking for options. Motum gives him the option on the wing, guided by Benjus. Oh, what a pass by Motum. A no-look pass from the Aussie.
Ennis with some room. Oh, that's a tip from behind. Wachinski behind the back. There was showtime. There's another one, and the finish from Cersei. So 2 in a row behind the back. First from Wachinski. First by Darbo, and now it's Peterson. Splits between 2. Takeoff.
Lowry with a rebound, and now Smokey Minska just believing in confidence. Lowry crossover, spins. Oh my Lord, how did he get that move? I mean, that was beautiful. I mean, he took that in transition, gave it a crossover, a spin out.
.41-35, it's Hereda San Pablo Burgos on top of happy Casa Brindisi tonight here in Italy. And Brindisi getting 13 points from Willis, 8 from Perkins, 5 from D'Angelo Harrison. Harrison, remember, just an outstanding player, had a great season in the Basketball Champions League. And, well, he had to leave the game after picking up what surely looked like some type of knee injury. Harrison has been really one of the best players in the competition. The American who played basketball at St. John's, just does a little bit of everything. You look at the numbers again for Derek Willis with the 13 points, the 3 rebounds, the 1 assist, and the 1 steal. But when you talk about D'Angelo Harrison, he does it all, folks. 22.2 points per game, 4.4 assists, 4.8 rebounds. He came in shooting 39% from three-point range. He has been absolutely terrific this season for Happy Casa Brindisi. Also has been great at the line. He had not missed a free throw coming into tonight's game. So 35 of 35. Everything that D'Angelo Harrison has done for this Happy Casa Brindisi team has been of value. 27 years of age, or as I was going to say, 27 years old, and just really a true champion in the greatest sense of the word. So he's had a wonderful season with Happy Casa Brindisi, and when you consider, what he means overall, also averaging big points as well in the Italian league, 19 points. Also averaging 30.9 minutes per game. He's a leader, D'Angelo Harrison, on the court, but also, with his voice, but also with his actions, how he really gets after opponents. He provides for his teammates. So we're all hoping that D'Angelo Harrison is going to be okay and he's going to come back strong. Well, folks, you know what? Again, these two teams have already qualified for the postseason. And let's just look at the whole situation. 4 groups, 16 teams, 8 will advance to the final stage. Don't miss it, okay? The final 8 is coming back again for the second consecutive time, and it is going to be amazing. So who is going to have the gumption to really get out and get after it? We pretty much know who's charging into the postseason, but the stakes have never been higher with the final 8 coming up again in the Basketball Champions League in year number 5. Well, Hereda San Pablo Burgos, they won the final 8 last year. Remember, it was supposed to be a final 4. Burgos and Happy Casa Brindisi, both teams advancing already before this game. They each had 4-1 records. So as a reminder, folks, 4 groups, 16 teams, 8 advancing to the final stage. Don't miss it. The round of 16 is coming right up, and we know that you're going to enjoy the action. If we hear anything about D'Angelo Harrison, we will let you know. I don't expect to. Obviously, he needs to be examined by doctors, but second half action is underway here, and that score is not right, by the way, but going down and scoring is Bell here at the start of the third quarter. Now that is the right score as Burgos lead it 41-37. Into the corner, Hereda steps over, and again another chance for Brindisi, who are third in the Italian top flight and have certainly had a great season in this Basketball Champions League. Now they get it down low, and Perkins misses. Omar Cook left open. Well, we know what he can do from there, but he doesn't do it. He only saves that for the big games, I think. Omar Cook missing it from the top of the key. And driving in and scoring for Happy Casa Brindisi, number 15, Darius Thompson. Incredibly, missed his first 5 shots. That's his first 2 points of the game. And the foul called down low on Willis as Maxime Salas goes to work. Little pump fake and then leans into it. I mean, anytime you bite on the pump fake, it doesn't matter how much contact there is, the chances are you're dead meat. They're going to call the foul, and they did on Willis, but Salas misses the first free throw. Kareem Queeley, 0 there, getting some action. Salas makes the second free throw. And the pass intended for Willis. It goes out of bounds. Queeley inside, can't get it to go, but Cook flies in for the rebound, and the two-handed jam from Queeley. He Kareemed it. So Kareem Queeley gets his first dunk in the Basketball Champions League. What exciting talent. Kravic, here it is again, look at this. Okay, so this is the foul, reaching over, and the foul was indeed called. Okay, so that was Queeley missing. Look at Cook. He hustles in, he gets it back to Queeley, and a little bit of two-handed thunder. Well, they throw over the defense, and Salas goes in, and he gets a two-handed jam. Another chance for Cook and Burgos. Cook drives in from the left. They swing it. Now bullying his way down low and going on strong, Nick Perkins. Nearly 3.5 minutes into this second quarter, and foul called on James Bell. Now Salash turns, takes the contact, and he's got a chance for a three-point play. Well, part of me thinks if you're going to foul, go ahead and foul so they don't make the shot. But that was Salash, and I say this in the nicest possible way, abusing Willis. He really just take him to the rack. So Willis is going to take a seat. Krubali, meanwhile, checks into the game, and I can tell you right now, Salash won't be able to do that to Krubali. Quite possibly, certainly before this season anyway, would have been one of the more underrated big men in all of Europe. But everybody knows right now about Ousmane Krubali. He is a talent. Hereda picks up the foul for the reach. Thompson catches, puts it up, and short. Thompson off his game tonight. Passes it back outside again, and the three-point shot is good from Visconti. Ricardo Visconti. He's got 6 points. You can never have enough good shooters. But if you want to play big-time, meaningful minutes, you've got to do the whole. You got to do everything. You got to do something exceptionally well, and you definitely need to play defense. And that's what's worrying about the departure of Harrison. Hopefully, he's going to be okay. He left with a knee problem. Salash gets another catch down low in the paint, or excuse me, Kravic does this time and goes up and dunks it. Another assist for Cook. Visconti again, foul, 3 points, three-pointer. So 3 free throws coming. Quealy guilty of the foul. He wants to get the hand in the face, but not necessarily on the face. I'd have to see it again, but the referee saw contact, so he called the foul. 7 points now for Visconti. Remember, the winner of this game finishes first in Group H. Both teams already with their passage to the playoffs sealed. Visconti makes the second. And Ricardo Visconti converts the opportunity. He's got 9 points. He's got a couple of three-pointers, and now he's got 3 free throws after being fouled attempting the three-pointer. Both teams shooting it well from the free throw line. Cook hustles, gets the basketball, goes behind his back. The bounce pass was there. Kravic, or Salash not able to, no, it was Kravic not able to catch it. Now the three-point shot is good. Well, that's James Bell, for whom the bill tolls. Well, Brindisi, he's got 8 points, and now the turnover. Here comes Bell, a little bit of rim rocker. Well, no, he just kind of lays it up. That's a mix between a layup and a slam. Cook showing us his skills. And now Thompson brings it back with Burgos on top by 1. Well, Visconti having a good game tonight. He's still got a ways to go if he's going to reach his season high at 20 against Darussafaka earlier this season. And he was trying to add his tally there and misses. And the putback, Perkins goes up and scores. So it's back to now a 54-53 lead for Brindisi. Cook, the bounce pass to Kravic. Salas for three. Wow, Salas is going to have a nice line after tonight's game. Judging on where he is right now, he has had a whale of a game. 17 points, perfect from three-point range, 6 of 7 overall, at least offensively. Thompson with the bounce pass, and the basket is good, and a free throw coming for Perkins. Well, Thompson has struggled from a scoring standpoint tonight, just 1 of 8 from the floor, but he does have 4 assists. That was one of them. And Perkins, meanwhile, has 14 points, so he's having a nice game. And the second one, or excuse me, the free throw is good, so he goes up to 15 points. Again, he also Perkins, well, I'll get back to that. Vitor Benitez strikes from downtown. So already Perkins tonight with a season high 15 points. Inside 3 minutes to go now in the third quarter. Visconti runs the baseline. Perkins goes to 17 points. Brindisi back in front. Benitez. And McFadden able to pick it up. Puts it up from behind the arc, and it's good. How about that? Remember, this Hereda San Pablo Burgos team also on February 6th will be playing in the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. They'll be taking on Quimsa of Argentina in Buenos Aires. So you want to make sure you tune in for that one. Anytime a trophy is at stake, you can expect something special. Bristol Tenerife won last year while hosting that event. So good job by Thompson putting the pressure on the defense. Gaspardo comes into the game. And Perkins gets a well-deserved rest. Rivero checks in. Thompson makes the first. Does not make the second. However, Gaspardo gets the offensive rebound. Psycho down. Oh, yeah, he called an elbow from Rafael Gaspardo. So they're just double checking to make sure he's okay. Looked like he got it on the cheekbone. Yep, right there. I think just below the eye. Nothing intentional, obviously, but he's got a cut. So they'll have to see to that. And there's Harrison. Remember, he left in the first half with ice on his knee. Didn't get up immediately after crashing to the hardwood. Well, driving, Visconti turns it over. Benitez with Gaspardo on him. McFadden. As Salvo strikes from downtown. 10 points for Salvo. He's only played 9.5 minutes. Thompson. And his miss now with Burgos bringing it the other way. McFadden. McFadden's pass intercepted. Here comes Bell, who throws it down with 2 hands. Brindisi churning away now, down by just 1 point. McFadden again. Now Benite, and fouled by Coulibaly. Nice little step back from James Bell. We've seen him drive and we've seen him drill it from deep. Benite from behind the arc. It's good. That's why he's El Capitan. Takes it back up to a 66-62 lead for Burgos. And Visconti not there. Ball goes out of bounds with 12.4 seconds remaining. So plenty of time here for Burgos to get a last look. Good job by Salvo throwing it off of Coulibaly. Oftentimes, McFadden has the ball in his hands in these situations, and he puts it up, and he does, and doesn't get to go this time. So 3 quarters are in the books. Hereda San Pablo Burgos lead at 66-62 over happy Casa Brindisi. As you look at D'Angelo Harrison with ice on his left knee, almost looking like, hey, I don't know what's going on. Just play basketball. 66-62, Burgos on top of Brindisi at the end of 3. Well, stats not too different there, as you can see from a shooting standpoint. Look back at some of the third quarter action, folks. Fourth quarter action underway here, folks. San Pablo Burgos on top of happy Casa Brindisi, and Benite comes out and misses. Rivero with the offensive rebound and a foul call, so he will go to the line. Rivero makes the first. Coulibaly guilty of the foul there. And Rivero now takes it up to a 6-point lead for Burgos, who are trying to clinch first place. First place in the group and advance. Bell misses from downtown. Rivero collects the rebound. Rivero with 7 rebounds now, I believe it is. Benite fouled from behind the arc. So the Brazil international will go to the free throw line. Zanelli guilty of this one. You look at Frank Vitucci over there pacing the sidelines. You don't know if he's more nervous about this game here or the status of his star player, point guard D'Angelo Harrison, who went down with a knee injury. All 3 free throws made by Vitor Benite to stretch the lead to 71-62. That's the biggest lead of the game for Burgos. Visconti misses again. Coulibaly there for the offensive rebound and putback. Oh, what a pass from the left corner. But not capitalized, but yes, in the end, it was Rivero who gets it to go. Really, the pass from Salvo was the nice pass. Too bad he didn't get an assist on that one. Nice release from Gaspardo. Just under 8 minutes remaining now, but Brindisi cutting it back to a 7-point deficit. But Benite is calling his shots. Look at him whip it over to Rivero. And Rivero, the Cuban, drills it. And their biggest lead of the game now, 10 points. That has to be very disheartening for a team. To see a player that you're trying to contain down low, but anyway, the answer is there for Zanelli. And again, it's back to a 7-point game, and suddenly it looks like there's a little bit of fire in both of these teams, and they actually want to come out and be decisive, but nevertheless, the foul called on Zanelli. I would hope that Zanelli was frustrated with himself for that foul, because he definitely pushed off on McFadden. Referee, that was an easy one. Zanelli has 4 fouls. Salas comes back in, and Kravic takes a seat. McFadden drifts in, then kind of fades back and hits it. Boy, that is his shot right there. Fascinating how things did not work out for him at Iberostar Tenerife, yet he seems a perfect fit with Burgos, which obviously his final 8 MVP would suggest. Getting into the paint, Coulibaly, but The basketball goes back over to Burgos. Traveling. Fab looking for a little bit of space. Can he take this himself? Nope, he's going to pass it. Salvo for three. And Salas can't rebound the miss. Zanelli has it. And Zanelli drains it. Nine points for Zanelli, 3 of 4 from three-point range. Certainly a player that you have to keep an eye on. Another foul called on Brindisi. If this is on Visconti. Well, he got tangled up with Rivero. Vintage Benite, but he missed the shot this time. That's one of his patented moves. Start to make his move, then a behind-the-back dribble, and puts up a fadeaway. Missed it that time, and now he commits the foul as well. Great effort on the boards down low from Perkins back in the game. He's having a monster game tonight from a scoring standpoint. Well, not monster, but he's got 17 points. Both these teams know they're going to be in the next round. That's right, folks. And when you look at it, 4 groups, 16 teams, 8 will advance to the final stage. Do not miss it. So the round of 16 is shaping up to be something special in the Basketball Champions League. And these teams right now trading blows in an attempt to get first place. Salvo catches the pass from Cook and missed the shot. Cook is going to be upset. Thought he had another assist. Oh, beautiful spin. And the drive and the attempt from Brindisi, and Gaspardo not able to get it to go. I think Salvo perhaps a little bit frustrated with his miss at the other end, and that was clearly a foul on Salvo. Willis checks back into the game. And it's only a 2-point deficit now for Brindisi. Anything can happen. You feel like right now, under 5 minutes remaining. The battle for first place. Group H supremacy on the line. Cook gets in the paint, pass. The ball goes outside to Salas, and he hits it. Another one for the big fella from Belarus. The masher from Minsk. Look at that, perfect from three-point range. Boy, his confidence has to be soaring after a game like tonight. And certainly Pendiroya must be thinking, wow, he is definitely going to bring something to the table for San Pablo Burgos. Maxime Salas. Oh, Hereda has it, turns it over. Willis spins, goes in hard, and is fouled. I'll tell you what, Willis was not messing around there, was he? He was waiting to use that spin move. And he had a chance to use it, and he did. This was Salvo putting it up. Excuse me, Salas on that last one. Timeout on the floor, 81-76. Burgos on top of Brindisi.
Venga, box out ahora, cogemos el rebote. Play 4. No, 45. ¿Vas a jugar un buen rol ahí? ¿Sí? Venga. Venga. Papi.
Para este lado, para este lado.
No, ¿para qué lado la quieres? ¿Para este lado? No problem, ¿ok? ¿Vale? Barrera. Pam, pam. Max, Xavi. ¿Vale? Un buen rol.
Well, good job from Willis. Remember, he just attacked the rim with his little spin move, got fouled, and makes both free throws. Had a great first quarter. And he kind of went quiet. Now he's got 15 points. He had 13 points. I'm pretty sure it was at the end of the first quarter. On the pass down low, and there for the, I don't know if that was Salas who got it, Rivero. I think it was Rivero. So he goes to 11 points. Great defense by Salas at the end, preventing Gaspardo, and look at that. Salas can hardly put a foot wrong in the game, and then he gets a wide open dunk and he misses it. So another timeout on the court with 3 minutes remaining.
Let's play orange 3 on offense, okay? Let's play orange 3 on offense. Alessandro, use James, Kerr, go inside. Don't stop here, all right? Okay? And then you use both, okay? Where he goes, Darius, go opposite. Okay? Let's go. That's the next play. Guys, offense, defense, no transition, yeah. Push them left and everybody ready for gang rebound, huh?
Okay,
all right? Let's go. Come on, hey!
Okay, Group H is on the line here in Brindisi, Italy. And San Pablo Burgos leading it 83-78 over Happy Casa Brindisi. But James Bell is at the free throw line for Brindisi. Takes his time and makes the first. So he's got 13 points. That's his first free throw attempt of the night. And the second one is good as well. So 14 points for Bell. Cook unusually picked up his dribble before he got to midcourt. You don't see that usually from the point guard. Over to Salash. And maybe the missed dunk kind of threw him off kilter, but Rivero there for the clean up the miss, the rebound and the putback. Perkins turns, puts it up, and Rivero misses, brings down the board, hands it off to Cook. Rivero with the double-double tonight, coming off the bench, 13 points, 11 rebounds so far. Salash, meanwhile, gets down low, follows up his miss, and seems like ever since Salash missed the dunk, kind of thrown him out of whack a little bit. You know, the game can be a mental struggle sometimes, and if you don't see the ball going through the hoop, you start to perhaps second guess yourself. You just got to keep being aggressive. Salash 7-11 from the floor, 4-5 from deep. He's got 4 rebounds. Now Cook. And from the right corner, that would have been a potential dagger from Rabaseda. Bill doesn't toll. And another rebound for Rivero, who's going to have a nice line tonight. I got 13 and 12. Cook is wide open, so why not? And he drills it. That's the Omar Cook that we watched in Athens at the Final 8. And the lead goes to 8. With a minute remaining. Burgos won the first meeting between these two teams decisively, and now it goes to Rabaseda, who was perhaps put off by Thompson, who hustled back to play defense. Now Thompson puts it up, and the three-pointer was good, so it's back to a 5-point game. How often do you see a great play on defense Burgos winning at 88-83 over his Brindisi team. And Burgos try to inbound the basketball, and they do to McFadden. Almost dribbled into a trap, but they didn't trap him. Now Cook back to McFadden. Thompson hounding McFadden with the shot clock down to 3 now. And they do turn it over in the end. Bell has it. Over to Thompson. 3-point shot. Good! From Zanelli. With 9.1 seconds remaining. Unbelievable. How about Zanelli? He's made his fair share of 3-pointers this season. Had a 4-point play, in fact, in the last game against Shafaka. But by making this shot, he has given his team a real chance to stay alive. All 12 of Zanelli's points have come from 3-point range.
Xavi. ¿Vale? Tad y Víctor, me da igual. Primero Tad, aquí. Víctor, aquí van a jugar falta. Xavi, aquí. Max, security pass. Pass, pass, pass. No turnover, guys. No turnover, guys. En. What's the score? Si ganamos de 3, ellos no hay 3 puntos. No hay 3 puntos. Vale, venga, vamos. Venga, vamos.
So Gaspardo is going to guard the inbounds pass. They advance the ball after the made shot. And Brindisi get a quick foul on Vitor Benite. So the Brazilian needs to go to the line and make 2 free throws. And you would think that would be enough to seal the deal. Penny-Roy hoping for something else, I think. Trying to get some late game execution here and taking McFadden to task. McFadden takes a seat now. Benite, can he ice it? And the answer is he's got a chance. He's taking it up to a 3-point lead now. If he makes this one, then if you're Burgos, you just simply do not foul. Play defense, but don't foul. He does indeed. It's a 4-point lead. And of course, Frank Vitucci wants to talk things over here. You just do not foul the 3-point shooter. You don't want him to attempt a 3-point shot. But obviously, if they do, you don't want to foul him. He leans into it. And, well, Salas was perhaps a little too close for comfort there for Burgos, but he gets away with it. The two coaches shake hands, and then Peñarroya decides to fist bump everybody else. Well, Burgos, winners of the Basketball Champions League in year 4, are now group winners here in the regular season tonight by virtue of their 90-86 win over Happy Casa Brindisi. They prevail in Group H, take a little momentum perhaps into the round of 16. And Happy Casa Brindisi, well, they had already done the tough work, already clinched a spot in the next round. They weren't able to lock up first place tonight. A win would have done it, but they still progressed, and that was the main thing. So 4 groups, 16 teams, 8 will advance to the final stage. Both of these teams will be there. Don't miss it. It's 90-86. Hereda San Pablo Burgos win it over Happy Casa Brindisi. Burgos, well, enjoy the numbers. They were good offensively. Also won the rebounding battle. 3 more assists. Brindisi did have 1 more steal on the night, which is an indication of how they just kept plowing away, didn't give up. The big story, obviously, as you look at Perkins and Salas as the leading scorers of the game, was D'Angelo Harrison. Happy Casa Brindisi's do-everything guard was injured. So here's a look back at the action, and I'll let you enjoy this. And that was Queeley's two-handed dunk. But folks, I love saying it so much, I'm going to say it again. Okay, thinking in terms of the next step in this competition. 4 groups, 16 teams, 8 will advance to the final stage. Don't miss it. We're talking about the final 8 of the Basketball Champions League. But first, the round of 16. Which teams are going to make it through the round of 16? These 2 teams will be there. So we are looking forward to it. Again, Happy Casa Brindisi falling at home tonight. They had a chance to clinch first place with a win over Burgos. But Burgos took care of business tonight on the road to pull the sweep against the Italians. Who knows, maybe they'll end up meeting again down the road. 2 good teams, but with D'Angelo Harrison out tonight with an injury, in fact getting hurt during the game, we don't know the severity of it. It didn't look good, but you know what? If you want to go back and use all your powers of prayer or yoga or whatever and try to will D'Angelo Harrison, hopefully he'll be okay. We're pulling for him, and hopefully he's going to be back after some rest, and he gets a good report from the doctor. But it didn't look good as he went down with an injury late in the first half. So fingers crossed he's going to be okay. But overall, Burgos just moving from strength to strength. We've talked about them. They're 5th in the Spanish standings. They've already booked a spot in the Copa del Rey. They won the Basketball Champions League last year, winning the Final 8 in Athens. In fact, they beat the host, Ike, in the final. And here they are now marching into the round of 16 with 5 wins and just 1 defeat from the regular season. These guys, are they the real deal? Well, we're going to find out as the season progresses, but the early indications are good that this is a team clearly that has a chance to do something yet again in the Basketball Champions League. Happy Casa Brindisi, their fate perhaps depends on Harrison and whether or not he's going to be okay. And very good team, but maybe did not fire on all cylinders early enough tonight to really, that would have helped them. So those are the final standings. San Pablo Burgos up with 5-1, 4-2. Happy Casa Brindisi. Ostend won their game tonight against Darüşşafaka to finish third. So as one more reminder, folks, just let me say, 4 groups, 16 teams, 8 will advance to the final stage. You don't want to miss it. The Basketball Champions League Final 8 is just on the horizon. First up coming is the round of 16. Thanks for watching tonight, folks. Once again, San Pablo Burgos win it at Happy Casa Brindisi 90-86.